I am here vibing with one of Jamaica's iconic musical figures. He is a talented musician and vocalist. His parents named him Glenroy Anthony Smith, but we know him as
Ernie Smith.
the great man voice, man. And I just talk to attack. Godfather, icon, legendary figure of the space. Man from St. Ann. As a St. Ann man, pick up yourself, man.
Good to be here.
Blessings, man. It's a joy, it's a joy, it's a joy.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
It's a joy if you see the great man. I want to tell you, say, I have been hunting this interview for a long time.
All right.
But everything happening in due time, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, talk to us, though. Early life, place of birth.
I was born in Kingston. My earliest memories of being alive are in Maypen.
Maypen. So when you left Kingston, it wasn't to St. Ann.
No.
It was to Maypen.
Yeah. We lived at Brian's Crescent and we lived at Love Lane in Maypen.
So St. Ann Japan.
We moved to St. Ann with my father. My father used to work with Wisco at Money Musk.
Okay.
Right? So when he moved to work with Reynolds.
Backside.
Yeah.
So you moved from sugar to backside.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so how old were you when the family moved from Kingston to Maypen?
I have no idea. No idea.
Okay.
But I remember my earliest memories of going to school in Maypen is like the helper said, my teacher said to the helper, "What is his name?" "Glenn, ma'am." "Glenn what?" "Roy, ma'am." "Roy what?" "Smith, ma'am." So, all when we reached St. Anne's Bay Infant School, we still write Glenn Roy Smith.
So which was the name of that school that you started going in Maypen that you can remember?
Miss Baker School.
Yeah.
I was 5 years old. I remember somebody wrote that on my 5th birthday on my slate. Today I am 5.
And after Miss Baker School, where next?
After that we ended up in St. Anne's Bay, living on Harbour Street, right? You could run right across the road into the sea before they built that bypass in St. Anne's Bay. And 51 Storm catch you there.
Charlie, or Alan, Charlie.
I don't remember the name.
Charlie, yes.
but that's where we were, you know. And the thing about it was that the house where we lived in Maypen was totally destroyed in that storm.
During the hurricane?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. So it's like, we moved just in time.
And I think, so when you went to St. Anne now, where did you attend school? Because I know eventually you ended up at York Castle.
Yes.
You attended any school before York Castle?
Yes, yes. There was an Anglican church that had an infant school in St. Anne's Bay. Right? It was actually Anglican church hall, but they used it for school.
Yeah, man. I know them settings, man.
Yeah. And I remember being in class 1. And I remember a friend of mine calling me, right? He was in class 2. He just said, "Somebody just got class 2.
Yeah.
Skip a year."
Oh, so, okay. Oh, so just, I understand what you're saying. Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, man.
And then after that, we went to St. Anne's Bay.
All age?
No, St. Anne's Bay. It was a primary school.
Primary, okay.
Yeah. Big school, I'm calling it.
And then you then now move on to?
Then my parents were moving all over the place. I guess they were looking for cheaper rent wherever it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
understand.
Because we lived in Prairie, we lived in Lime Hall, and then back to Prairie and back to Lime Hall.
Yeah.
At Lime Hall, I took a scholarship. Lime Hall School, I took a scholarship.
Okay.
And I passed a Fern Court. My mother said, "No, sir, no, we want him to go to St. George's." But it wasn't happening, you know.
Yeah, because then you'd have to move to Kingston.
Right. So anyway, well, she would have found some way to board me in Kingston, but it wasn't happening. But so they asked her, you know, where you live, Lime Hall. So Ferncourt is the nearest school in Lime Hall,
right?
But she lied a little bit and said, but we're moving to Discovery Bay. And then they said, oh, well, York Castle is just 8 miles from Discovery Bay. So I
ended up at York Castle.
York Castle. 1958.
1958?
Were you born here?
No, sir. Not at all. So no, what was it though? What was it like financially though, growing up?
I have a song, you know, that says, I didn't know we were poor. My father had a car. It was a old car.
But he had a car. Yes. And food was at the table.
Food was at the table. Yes, you know. And fruits was in the bush.
Almost, man.
Fruits like crazy, man. The song say, I didn't know we were poor. No, sir. It was lost on me. Running in the bushes, swimming in the river, eating everything right off of the trees. Falling in the moonlight, stories on a dark night, jokes that we couldn't keep score. I'm telling you, I missed it. I didn't know we were poor.
Amen, man. How many brothers and sisters?
Oh, there were 7 of us for my father and mother.
Okay.
He had 2
outside.
That's what my mother called me. Sister Carmen, she was so old, we call her.
Sister, okay.
She's still alive. She's in her 90s. She lives in civil rights and pride.
Said, okay.
I know. You know.
And all the other siblings are still alive?
Yes.
It's a blessing, man.
Yes.
It's a blessing, man. Big, big blessing that.
Yes.
So the world-known father Ernie Smith as big baritone, sweet voice, big writer, guitar player. Also, how and where though did you actually start to feel that musical vibration?
My father used to play the guitar.
Okay.
Right? My mother used to sing on the church choir.
Oh.
No, every now and again, my father never had a guitar. I never found out what happened to that guitar. He used to borrow a guitar and bring it home. And then he would call us and say, sing a song, man, sing a song.
While he's strong.
Yeah. And when he's gone to work now and I'm home from school, I have to try and find out how this thing works.
Yeah, I learned to strum too.
I have to find out.
Yes.
So I can't figure it out, so I tune the strings. So you do so, and it's a chord. One chord, so you just have to hold it. So, right? Anyway you hold it is a chord. Right? So I'm not fooling with the guitar.
Right.
But I'm hear music still.
Yes.
You know, so when I was 12, we visited a friend in Money who had bought us a guitar for his son, who had no interest in the thing. So I keep saying, oh, Daddy, buy this thing for me, buy this thing for me. And finally, him say, okay, I will come get it when I get paid. Well, me run outside now because that's not fair.
There's no guarantees.
No guarantees. But when I out there playing now, man, I walk outside and bring this guitar and bend down.
Give it to you.
Put it in the man. Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the song said, I'd like to thank you, Daddy, for my first guitar. Without that one, I never could have come this far.
Thank you, Mommy.
I want to thank you, Mom, for being so cool. They didn't
Make
let
you
me
carry
take
the
my
guitar to school. I know the song, man. I know the song. So in the reading though, Father Ernie, it says that the first instrument he actually played was the mouth organ.
Yes.
So when I reach guitar, I plays it, man. So I think it was mouth organ, then the piano.
Little bit of
Little bit of piano.
Anyway, me find a piano.
Anyway, you find. And then it was the guitar, and you fell in love with the guitar.
Yes, man.
And you said, no, the song says, thank you, Daddy, for getting my first guitar, and thank you, Mommy, for being so cool, allowed me to take my guitar to school. So there was something at school that warranted you doing that?
At the orchestra, no, I stayed for it, right? Where the different house groups compete against one another in entertainment. So all I had to do was tell my house mistress, Mrs. Paxson, I have a guitar, man. Because my mother never want to carry you, go and waste your time on it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't carry that, go to school. But all I had to tell her, Mrs. Paxson said to bring the guitar to school.
And that was that.
That was that.
Yes. So Daddy now was the first musical influence per se. Yes. And you spent any time playing the mouth organ of sorts, or it was just an introduction?
No, man, I played it everywhere I went.
Okay.
Everywhere, you know. And I remember we had at school we had exchange of gifts among students. Because we were boarding at the school.
Oh, you're bored. Okay.
Yeah. And Paul Robertson, you know the name?
Paul Robertson,
Yeah, man.
son politician. Yes, man.
Same one. He got, I don't remember what he got, but I got a mouth organ.
Okay.
And them could I try him best. More swap
with you.
Yeah, no deal. Keep him out organ.
Okay. You still play?
Yeah.
Okay. And between the mouth organ and the piano and the guitar, where are you most comfortable?
Yeah. The
Guitar.
Still.
Yes. So now, growing up in St. Anne at the orchestra, guitar in your possession now, you are learning the craft. I think somewhere along the line you ended up in a band, the Vandals.
We started a band. I got a job at Reynolds.
Okay.
My father.
Okay.
Right? And so I was earning a little money. We started a band. Bought an amplifier, bought a guitar, started a band, man, and going on good, but everything was on my shoulders.
Oh, so you were the band leader and everything.
Yeah, trouble. And it reached a point where, I just said to myself, not getting any further with this, and so I just let it go and say, I have to do something that way, earn a living.
So were you guys getting any form of dates with the Vandals?
Yes, we used to play at a little place called Little Playboy. It was across from where I think they have, the Arawak Hotel? You would remember the Arawak?
I'm not, I don't know that one.
The place is still there.
That's it.
It became the Hilton one time.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
In Duns River.
Okay, so I know the location though.
Sandals Duns River. No, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I used an upstairs place called Little Playboy.
Okay.
There. We used to play there. But afterward, I just gave it all up because I wasn't sleeping and worries about the bills and.
Okay.
Yeah, so I gave it up and decided to go back and do something.
Yeah, which was what?
When I went back to school to be the teacher or the preacher or the pride of my family, Mr. Music would just take my hand and I'd be jamming in a brand new band.
Yes. Father, early, you have a song for everything, man.
Thank you, Mr. Music, for teaching me to see. I got to do what I got to do to be who I must be.
I think though, you wanted to get into radio.
Well, while I was working at Reynolds, I went to I was having a band at the same time.
Okay. And not to cut it though, but were you just playing the guitar in the band, or you were actually doing vocal work as well?
I was playing the band, playing the guitar, and I was singing the one song that I'd written, right? And I when I went to the audition now at RJR
Okay.
for to be a
Radio announcer.
right? The audition was over in 20 minutes. They said, "Don't call us, we'll call you."
I'm assuming you never got that call. Or was it supposed to be your call, man?
But I had the whole day off from work, so I went down to Federal Records.
Tough Gun. Well, it became Tough Gun.
It became Tough Gun. And I told him I had a song that they could probably get somebody to sing it.
So you had no intention of actually recording?
No.
You wanted to be a songwriter at the time?
Yes, I presented myself as a songwriter. And Conroy Cooper from Fab Five was there. I taught him the chords to the song, and then the guys who owned the studio came and listened to the song and said, "There's a band coming in at 2 o'clock, why don't you just stay and record it?"
Just like that?
Just like
That's
that.
fate would have it. Destiny. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that song is I Can't Take It.
I Can't Take It.
And before we take up because we have so much to speak about that song, I think the research said that you actually did 3 songs that time.
It was
It was the same day or it was over?
Different days.
Okay, it was different days.
I Can't Take It. How about You? And
20th Century Piece.
20th Century. Oh, yes.
Do I look at research? But the song that you recorded on the day that you went to RGR to do the audition was I Can't Take It.
Yeah.
And you went there offering the song to somebody to sing it.
Yes.
And I think now there are some very, very big names who ended up playing on that song.
Yes.
If memory serves me correct, I think Lynn Tate played on it.
Yes.
Brian Atkinson.
Ernie Ranglin.
Ernie Ranglin. We soon pick up Ernie Ranglin.
Yeah.
Joe Isaacs.
Joe Isaacs.
Yes.
Tate. Brian Atkinson.
And Courtney Cooper.
Conroy Cooper.
Conroy Cooper.
Yeah.
Those are some quality names, isn't it?
Yes.
And you went in the studio and you recorded I Can't Take It.
I Can't Take It. Yeah.
1965. 1965. Yeah, I think, well, the info said 1964. 67.
Yes, 67.
67?
Yes, 67.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but you recorded the song.
Yeah.
Initially, the song did not really take off, so to speak.
No, it didn't.
None of the 3 recordings took off.
None of them.
And all of those songs were produced by Richard Curry.
Richard Curry, yes. Yes.
Who was the engineer at the time?
Buddy Davis.
Oh, okay. Familiar with the name, man.
Yeah.
But none of those songs took off initially.
No.
And so you went into insurance sales.
No, what happened now was that I kept talking to Richard about what I wanted to sing.
Okay.
I said, I keep telling him I want to sing country music.
Oh.
He said, boss, if you don't sing reggae, I'm going to make it. So I wrote Bend Down.
Bend Down. Okay.
And that was the first hit.
That was the first. But so this is how I have it, and you can correct me, right? Yeah. So I have it that 65, that is when you recorded those songs initially. And then now, because the songs didn't take off, you spent a stint about 2-3 years as an insurance salesman before you went back to Federal. No, okay. That is fine. Remember, you lived it in it, so I'm just telling you what I read.
Yeah. What happened was that I left Reynolds in 68 because it wasn't happening. I wasn't having any fun.
Yes.
And I went full-time music.
Oh, okay.
And it's while I was full-time music now that I said, I really have to do something. And then I left Reynolds. And I went and I did I went back to school, to art school.
Oh, okay.
To art school. And while I was at art school now, Daisy Miles come to find me, right, to play guitar with the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Right? So now I'm playing guitar with the Vikings, and I'm having
Fun.
fun, and I'm doing a
Solo?
no, I'm doing what you call it, a course. I'm
Oh.
doing a music course,
Okay.
right? And my mother came to town and saw me and saw that, all I was doing was playing music. You wasting your time. So I go get the job, so I finish it.
Okay. So that is how that came in there.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
so that was kind of to appease mommy.
Yes.
But you were playing with the Vikings at the time.
Yes, and when I went to play to sell life insurance, I never stopped playing with the Vikings.
Okay. No, the birth name is Glenroy Anthony, I think Michael Smith.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. But the stage name is Ernie Smith.
Yeah.
We know where the Smith come from, but how Glenroy became Ernie?
I used to be in the car going to work because my daddy worked the same place, so he's taking me to work, and I'm with the guitar and I'm trying to play this solo, this wicked solo that Ranglin had.
Ernie Ranglin. Oh, okay.
That Ranglin had on a Bob Marley song. After he breaks your heart, right? Ranglin had a wicked soul.
I forgot meds that. Yeah.
You have to hear that soul. And I always trying to play that song. And then, so them started calling me Ernie.
Ernie.
Yeah. And lo and behold, when I went to record that first song,
I can't take it.
he was the arranger in the studio.
Ernie Ranglin.
Yes.
Yes. And I think Corey was the person who told you that you need to get out, because I think you wanted to work with Glenroy Smith.
Yes,
Right.
and him say, I would look terrible on the album cover. So I tell him, nickname me Ernie. So.
And as fate would have it, your first recording,
He was
Ernie Ranglin was the arranger.
Yes.
I just works, man. And yes, can we soon come back around to I Can't Take It, right? But then when you went back now, you said the first song that charted for you that had any success initially was Bend Down.
Bend Down, yeah. And then
So man started play upon the radio now.
Yeah. and barbecue supper everywhere, the high school girls.
You got to perform.
Yes. And then after that was Right on Sunny. Right? And after that was One Dream. But wait.
And then after One Dream now, it was Pitter Patter.
Pitter Patter.
Beautiful song, man. Beautiful song. But so hits after hits after hits after hits.
Yes.
Father Ernie.
Coming down the line.
Coming down the line. Yeah. You were having fun now, enjoying the music.
Yes.
And all these songs were produced by Corey for Federal.
Yes. So then, by that time, now my father, anytime he stop at a bar, he have to go to the jukebox
and punch
that song. I said, hear that? That's my boy.
Daddy proud. Yes, man. Yes. So let's step back a little bit now to, because I think Johnny Nash
Yes.
covered I Can't Take It in 1975.
Yes.
Thereabout, right? Yeah. And when he covered it, he titled it Tears on My Pillow.
Tears on My Pillow.
So the question that I want to ask first is, did anybody see clearance to cover the song?
He was with Federal, basically. I mean, he really recorded it at Federal.
Okay, so what he did, he heard it, or somebody said, Johnny, we want you to do this?
Maybe Richard said that to him,
But
And he named it Tears on My Pillow. And I think that cramped some of my
royalties. Because go ahead, you go ahead.
Little Anthony and the Imperials.
And the Imperials.
Yes,
that was an American doo-wop type of group type of vibe.
Yeah.
So they had a song titled Tears on My Pillow as well.
Yeah.
So there was some mix up now with who the royalties should go to.
Right.
Wow. And that song went big, especially in the UK.
Very big.
Very big.
I was in Germany in '75, and anywhere you went, it was playing on the radio.
And I think eventually, sometime down the road, Twiggy covered it as well.
I have a list of
people who have covered the song.
Covered the song.
Okay. And you wrote that song off of any personal experience or just an inspiration?
It was just inspiration. There was a girl named G though.
Yes.
But it was nothing. It was you know it was a friend of my family. Her mother was a friend of the family.
Okay. But now I'm going to pressure you with the singing too much to Father Ernie. But there are a few songs I'm going to ask me to give me a couple lines out of, I mean ask me to give me a couple lines out of I Can't Take It.
I can't take it. I'm so lonely. Gee, I need you so. I can't take it. Oh, I wonder why you had to go. Baby, every night I wake up crying. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart, and you on my mind.
Beautiful song, man. Beautiful, beautiful song. When Johnny Nash did it, it was in that time when you had made a name for yourself as a recording artist.
Yeah.
Because you had Ben Down and Ryder and Sammy and all of those songs, G-Man and yes. So we soon pick up around that part, right?
But there's a part way back that I forgot. You know.
Which part is that?
One of my idols on radio when I was just in St. Ansby, just moved to St. Ansby, was Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole.
You know. And I kept asking my parents, what is a relievy? And them don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about that.
They try to tell us we're too young to really be in love.
Oh, really be? Oh. I get it. Yes.
But Nat King Cole was...
So Nat King Cole was one of your influences?
Yes.
Ernie Smith became a bona fide recording artist. Yeah. So one of the next hit song that came up now was Life Is Just for Living.
Yeah.
And that song got international acclaim. But before we reach there, that song was initially a Red Stripe beer commercial.
Yes.
So they had reached out to you asking you to do something for them?
Yes. Adrian Robinson asked me, it was Carter Gamble and Robinson.
Okay. At the time, okay.
And he asked me to write a song. He said, here's the pitch. He noticed that after the election, you know, people not drinking so much hard liquor anymore. They're just having a beer. Everything cool. So he asked me to write this song. So I wrote this song. He wanted the title to be The Song of the Young Men. But I never, after I wrote Life Is Just for Living, that became the title.
Okay.
But this is a song that young men sing. Life is just for living. That's why that ended up in there. You know. Tokyo was special.
So you entered now the International Music Festival in Tokyo.
In Tokyo.
I think it was a Yamaha.
Yes, the Yamaha Foundation. And went to Tokyo. I was amazed at how these people who, when they met one another, they bowed so formally. It's almost like reverence, human being to human being. I couldn't understand. These were the same people in the war, in the Second World
War, right?
I couldn't put my mind
right.
You know, but Tokyo was nice.
And you won the competition.
Yes.
And you, in winning that competition, became the first Jamaican entertainer to win something on the international level, based on the reading.
I think so, yes.
And also, that now led to 1973, when you were conferred with an order, with an honor, badge of honor for meritorious service.
Right.
First musician to be awarded such at the time, based on what the information says.
I never.
Awesome stuff. But how you ended up entering that competition though? And before that, when you did the song was primarily just for Red Stripe, or it was a 45 of sorts,
It was
plus an
really,
advertisement.
It was really supposed to be a Red Stripe song for the Red Stripe. It was supposed to be a commercial.
Just a commercial.
But it ended up as a full-length song, which was probably the first full-length commercial. Right? And then we had a publisher at Federal who entered the song in the festival. Right? So that's how it ended up there.
Awesome stuff, man. Yeah. Life is just for living. Beautiful. That song, the advertisement of sorts, kind of got a second coming a few years ago when you and Wayne Marshall, I think somebody else was on it, I don't remember who it was.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
I think it was a female, but I don't remember who it was. But I know Wayne was on it with you.
Yeah. I'm not remembering her name though. Yeah. But, yeah.
Good music shall never die, man. Yeah? In 1994 now, I think that is a song that people associate most readily to Ernie Smith. Duppy or Godman.
That was 74.
74, yeah, man, 74. Yeah. What's the story behind that song, though?
I had a friend who used to, his name was Gitsy. You probably know him, man.
Gitsy, as in in the music? Yeah, man, I'm familiar with the name, man, but I don't know him per se.
He used to work at Slam Rock at Mixing Lab. Anyway, before that, he used to help me with my equipment.
Okay.
Right? And he used to live with me and help me with my equipment. Sometimes when we went on tour with the Jamaica Tourist Board, he'd come with me and help me because there was a lot of equipment.
Right.
You know? And I just dropped him off. And I was about to go home with a lady, not my wife.
Okay.
And it felt like he was still in the band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm feeling?
You know what I'm feeling there, man.
Yeah. And so I said to her, it must be a duppy. And then I thought about the time and I said, or a gunman. You know, I drop her room and go straight to me and go write the song.
Yes. A song that has become most of the songs that you have recorded are what we call classic songs in the space. But that song, as I said, if you say Ernie Smith, probably the first song that some people sing, and Duppy or Godman. Hit song, man. Where you recorded the song? Federal. So most of your recordings, early recordings, were at Federal. Yes. Yeah. Big a couple lines out of the song for the early one.
I man forward, on a different scene. I man Collyweed. I man Queen. Everything was Irish, getting in the groove. I just come down to movements when someone said, don't move. Well, it must be a be a gunman. I am no find out yet. I so frightened. All me underwear I forget. I never said that.
We don't ever say that, man. All the data there, I forget. We don't. Hit song again. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I think another song that did well for you, 74, would be Key Card.
Key card, yes.
Hit factory father early, man.
Oh, that day I can't play domino.
Yeah? No, but for you can't quote, you can't play them father early, man.
Me used to sit down and watch them.
Yeah.
And hear them talk and things like that, you know. And when them slap it down
Domino.
on the table, man. It all was very exciting. I mean, just learn certain rules, but me really never get into it.
Yeah, we understand, man. We understand. So, Doppia Gunman 74, Key Card 74,
Yeah.
more hits, and also in 1974, I think you wrote "Play the Music," which won the festival competition that year, performed by Tinga Stewart.
Yes.
So you wrote the song and hear Tinga voice or Tinga asked if you write a song for him, or what was that?
We were in Montego Bay, and I'm giving Tinga a ride back to Kingston, and him say he want to enter the festival. And him said, me have an idea if we write something like, you know, have we fun, drink with rum, and play with music.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm giving. And on the way, we stopped at my father-in-law's house in Colgate.
Okay.
Right? And so that part is true. Uncle Benji's in the yard, sit down upon a stool. Wife and picnic Ghana, bro. Leave him all alone. That is true. You know. Bongo nothing not true though.
Yes.
Yeah. But music is so much fun.
So much fun. It seemed that it just appeared to you, happened for you just naturally, it just flowed.
It's still fun.
Still flows, yes. And have you actually recorded a version of that song?
Yes.
Play the music?
Yes. Yes, I did it on a double album that I did for my 30th. After the album is called After 30 Years, Life is Just for Living.
Oh, okay, yes, I saw
The
that
double
somewhere.
album.
Yes.
They only play the old hits. They don't play
The old songs. So I guess I just want them familiar with it. You know this something go? Because, and in 74 too, you did an actual album, a Life is Just a Living album that was distributed by Trojan.
That's bootleg.
Bootleg. So at this point in time, you didn't release an official album yet? So, 74?
No, well, I had an album called Greatest Hits,
Okay.
which had some of my songs and some covers.
Okay.
And there was another one called Smith, just Smith.
Just Smith.
You probably never.
I never come across that one yet.
No, that one was weird.
Okay.
and
For federal as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there was I'll Sing for Jesus, 1975. There's one.
There are a couple other albums, man. We'll soon talk about the rest of them, but you mentioned covers. I think you did a cover of Everything I Own, and a cover of Help Me Make It Through the Night.
I did Help Me Make It Through the Night.
But you never did a cover of Everything I Own?
No.
Oh, well, somebody have it out there, so you do that, though. I don't know why they do that. Yes. At this time, though, you were traveling outside of Jamaica to perform as yet?
I was doing a lot of tours with the Jamaica
Tourist Board. Oh.
Yes, so we went to Germany, we went to East Coast US, we went to Midwest US, We went to New Orleans, went to Germany. I went to Germany with Air Jamaica.
Okay. But you're a very commercial father, Ernie, man. Because you were, you see, Air Jamaica Tourist Board, Red Stripe. I thought you did behave yourself and sing good music, man. you had started growing here from then?
No.
No?
That happened in Toronto.
When you went to Toronto, we soon pick up Toronto then. But you were out about on the road spreading the lovely voice and witty lyrics. Yes. In 1976, now you did a song that I suppose changed the direction of your life, so in some sort of ways. The title of the song is We the People, the Power and the Glory.
Yeah.
That song was a social commentary song.
Right.
Speaking about the political, economic, social system at the time.
Yeah, I had a friend that I knew him from, I used to sell life insurance. And I used to go play at Seawind every Monday night.
Okay.
And one night I went there and he wasn't there, and I asked what happened to him, and they said, didn't you hear? He had been shot. So the line says, every time I ask for some old friend here, said just last night, meet a sad, sad end. And if you talk too loud and you walk too proud, watch where you lay ahead. Road the dread.
Oh, the dread for you. They banned the song.
It was banned along with
I think two more. Well, I don't know if it's two more, but I know Bob and they had Fire Burning and Max Romeo had No Joshua.
No, yes. I don't remember what else was.
Yeah, but I know those three off of the top of my head, but I don't know which else at the time.
And I couldn't believe, say, I never got this thing with Michael because he was so, in terms of freedom of thought and things, he was so clear on some of those things. Yet the man was still so pledging allegiance to the Queen, I couldn't believe.
So they banned the song, and many of the supporters, I suppose, of the government at the time, which was led by Michael Manley, saw it as a diss to the government. And the information indicates that you were now receiving threats.
So it says. I never received.
Oh, you never received any threats?
No. I actually read it in the paper. My life was threatened.
I read the article. Because I saw the archive somewhere.
Yes. Well, from me seeing the paper, I say it must be true. So. Something wrong.
Yes. Oh, but you didn't actually personally receive any form of threats?
No.
Because when I spoke to Max Romeo, he said that the threats were real.
Yeah.
For speaking for himself.
Yeah.
You understand? But now, out of this now, you decided to relocate.
Right.
Some people say Ernie Smith fled. Flee.
Yeah. There was a bunch of us who were going to go to Trinidad one year for Carnival, and we thought about it and said, why don't we just go to Miami and look around? Well, while we were in Miami looking around, is then I read it in the paper that my life was threatened.
Oh, so you weren't actually at home at the time?
No. So I come home and quietly moved.
To Toronto?
No, to Miami.
To Miami? Oh, so Miami was before Canada?
Yes, I lived for a year in Miami.
Okay. Yeah, well, see, again, I'm glad we do this in a part of Ernie because out there, it reads, when you left Jamaica, you go Canada and then you go Miami.
No.
So it was Miami first, then Canada.
Toronto, and then back to Jamaica.
Oh.
I came back with Colleen Davis, right, and did a show, right? And Tommy come to me and asked me, who she belong to?
Who Colleen belong to?
Yes. I said, she belonged to herself. And
next thing.
Next thing,
Should you call it David's call?
yes.
Oh, so go on, man.
When I tell Carlene now that I hooked up with Claudia, Carlene asked me, who she belong to?
Oh, because Tommy had asked you the question. No, whilst you were in Canada, you were still working, really, and stuff. You did a few albums there. I think you did To Behold Ya and Scarreggae.
Yes.
And that was in Canada and not Miami.
I was in Canada.
That was in Canada. And in 1978 there, that's when you did I'll Sing for Jesus?
No, that was 75.
75. And I'll Sing for Jesus, that's the album.
Yeah.
And on that album now, you have a song to play every Sunday, All for Jesus.
Yeah.
What's the story behind? Because I sense there is some personal story behind that song.
I woke up one morning with a hangover that I couldn't believe. Boss, I used to bat it.
Okay.
I used to.
As we're going to speak about that as we go on. Yes.
Anyway, it was that song. I woke up 6 o'clock that morning with a headache, and I don't know what it was that drove me to write that song, but it's like, I feel it was like a cry for help.
For Jesus. Big song. Jesus care for one, he care for all, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in the hymn number 245.
It has been officially placed as a hymn in the Anglican hymn book.
Anglican Caribbean hymn book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it's in the Moravian hymn book.
Okay, like I get separate pay for them something, eh? No? Oh, I don't know, there's an ask, guys. I've never spoken to any artist before who said them song end up in a book like that. So, me I ask, I don't know. And that me tell you, it says you moved to Miami from Canada, 81. That is what I read.
Yeah.
But that's not how it went.
No. I moved from Miami to Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, okay. Yes. And in the
No, sorry. I moved from Canada
to Fort Lauderdale. So Miami to Toronto to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, but in between
Jamaica, come back. Which year you came back home?
It was 80 past. It must have been late 79.
Late 79.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the reading again that is out there, it says that whilst you were in Fort Lauderdale and you just made reference to it that you were, your intake of alcohol was probably too much and you were, struggling financially with alcohol, and also it mentioned drugs. I don't know. I've never seen that. So that was a part of the lineup at the time.
Yeah. I've beaten alcohol, beadies, which are little Indian cigarettes, crack. There's a man born for drone can't hang.
And that's what you father heard. Huh? Man born for John can't hang.
No, I'm really blessed.
And it's a joy to know that you would have treated with so many evils, so to speak, and you know what I mean, you are able to speak about it, and that's behind you.
Yes.
Yeah. But just out of curiosity though, how did the great Glenroy Anthony Michael Angelo Smith end up down that path though?
I have no idea. It was just I have no idea. I remember drinking till I fell in it. I remember oh God. I don't like to talk.
Yeah, man, that's all right, man. That's fine.
Yeah.
Those were challenging times, Father Ernie.
Yeah.
What was that thing, or was it somebody or something that happened that kind of started to pull you away from that abyss that you were in, though?
Well, there was divorce was involved.
Oh, so you were married before Lady Janet?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought Janet was your first wife, actually. Okay.
I was married in 1971.
Okay.
Were you born in?
No, not yet. Not yet. My parents were probably very young at the time. Yes.
Yeah. And it was hard to leave my children, you know. And especially in Fort Lauderdale, it was, you know.
Somewhere in the reading it says that, when you were, struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism, Sidela Booker.
Yes. I spoke to a friend of mine from when I had just come to Miami in 77, and telling her the problems I'm having and stuff like that. She said, go and see Sidela Booker. I went and saw her once, right?
She was in Fort Lauderdale?
She was in Miami.
Okay.
I went and saw her. And she didn't know me. She didn't know who I was.
Oh, yeah.
But she had a friend that knew me from when I had just come to Miami the first time.
Okay.
So she told her who I was. And I was very lifted up when I saw her, when I met her. And, I came back and thinking about my life again, and I thought to myself, it's better, she had an album that she was working on, and I thought to myself, maybe, it's better to go help her with an album.
So you did some writing.
And yeah, rather than being up here in Fort Lauderdale wasting your time. So I went and stayed with her for a while, and I helped her finish some music that she was doing, right? And one of the times I said to myself, it's better you do this than be wasting your life. And I opened a fortune cookie and I said, right now you better helping somebody than helping yourself.
So there was no formal rehabilitation of sorts?
No.
But you just walked away and...
Finally. I got the strength.
I am so happy that you found that strength. Yeah, man, as I have spoken to I have done interviews with quite a few Jamaican entertainers who would have, fell prey to drugs. And, some of them have managed to recover, while some of them are still battling those demons. So it is really and truly pleasing to know that, you found the strength and the will, and whatever it was that pulled you out of that, I am happy that it occurred, man. Yeah, man. Great, man. Great, man. And you did some work with Perry Henzell in that time frame as well. I think you wrote some songs, some Marcus Garvey's musical for him.
Yes, while I was in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, how you end up working with Perry?
I don't know. He must have, I'm not sure how that happened.
Yes.
He must have known me as a writer or something.
Okay.
Right? Because what I did was, he had a lot of lyrics, and I put a lot of melodies to what he'd written. So
you're doing some arranging too as well then?
No, not really. No, just Just chords.
Okay. Apart from the Tinga Stewart song, you had written any other festival songs?
I wrote one sometime in maybe 97 or
97?
somewhere around there. Yeah.
For yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Song,
You had actually entered the song?
yeah.
Okay.
Song was called Step Up.
Step up. Probably you never win, that's why I'm going to hear about it. And you know what's how we stay about here? Only
You were very right.
That's how we stay about here, man. Yes. And you know, you came back to Jamaica eventually, yeah?
Yes.
I think you came back to Jamaica 88 after Gilbert, I think.
Oh, yeah. I came to Jamaica to do a show at a little pub.
Yes.
Yes. And them said to me, the show cancelled, nothing happening because a hurricane coming tomorrow.
Oh, so you were actually on the ground prior to Gilbert strike hitting us. Okay.
You know what brought me home? After the hurricane, we're driving around looking at what was happening, and a man would walk in a yard with a star apple, a branch from a star apple tree, and just drop that, and pick up a branch from a red fruit tree and just pick up that and go. In the middle of the disaster, people exchanging gifts. That is what
Brought you back
me
home. And let me ask you another question though, because even though yesterday you didn't receive any threats directly during that little thing there, did it affect you musically in any way, shape or form? You know, man say them not book you or them not voice you because this and that. No. Yes. And when you came back now, I think I don't know if it was your band, if you created the band or you became a member, the New Agenda.
The New Agenda. I was an idea by Ian Gibson and myself, you know, that we put that band together. And what was happening, I was playing solo at the Devon House.
Okay.
Right? And then I forget his name. He said that we could put a band together. And out of that came the New Agenda.
Okay. Was it just your band or was it a live show band like you provide backing for artists or it was just your band?
That's my band.
Just your band. In 96, I think Clean Up was another album that was released at the time.
Yeah.
I think it was ERNIE SMITH, Dancehall, Clean Up.
Dancehall, ERNIE Smith.
Clean Up.
Cleans it up.
Okay. And that was your first solid body of work after coming back home.
Right.
And then after that, I think Country Mile was the next album.
I think so.
I think it was in 94 that you married to Lady Janet.
Yes.
Yeah. And unfortunately, in June of 2020, she passed.
1st of July 2020.
1st of July 2020. Oh, it was July? Yeah. Okay, 2020. That must have, shaking you a bit.
Yeah. That one was tough.
Yes.
It was tough.
But you have since remarried and happy?
Yes. if anybody had told me that I could be this happy in love,
you want to believe
at this time of my life, I would have never believed.
I just jarworks, man.
All right.
I just jarworks. And I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah,
and my condolences, really, to Janet.
Yeah.
Because I think she was also your manager as well.
Yes.
And things. I know she was a big part of not just your personal life, but the business part of the thing as well. And stuff. You wrote for Ken Lazarus?
Yeah, I wrote a couple of songs.
I think Hail the Man is one of them. I don't know
Yes.
which other song you wrote for him, but I know you wrote some songs for him.
He sang Girl.
Oh.
Gave everything and now you sing.
I know the song. I didn't know you were the author.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think even though, let me say I don't know, but I've seen something that suggests that you were kind of the catalyst behind Pluto Shervin's and Ram Goat Liver. I think it was a conversation that you had with him that led to him writing that song.
Yeah, well, once Tomorrow's Children broke up, Pluto was looking for something to do.
Okay.
And me and Ronnie Nasrallah talked him into playing solo.
Oh.
Right? So we were always kind of shadowing one another. And then I had Duppy Gunman bubbling on the charts. And I driving through St. Thomas. And a goat run across the road. And a man sit down upon the side of the road and said, boy, I'm just dead, make we buy a pound of rice.
Curry.
And I knew it was a song.
You did the song?
But all I did was give him the idea. It's
okay.
him,
Right.
He wrote the song. I never wrote it. If you know how many people think I wrote that song,
yes.
I have no idea why.
Yeah? I guess, I don't know, probably there's a creativity and the fun in it, you know, probably. A Duppy Godman type of vibe, or so. And he passed recently as well. Great man.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, I had reached out to him. We actually spoke.
Yeah.
But we never get to actually sit down like this.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's very sad that a great man is not with us anymore.
Yeah.
I think I think it's Country Mile. You have a collaboration with him. I think you have a collaboration with Ron Mushet as well on that album.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is the last album you have actually released, Country Mile.
Yes.
Any plans to do anything like that again?
What we're doing right now is doing some re-releases.
Okay.
Off of the Country Mile and off of the
So that Clean It Up?
No.
Or Scare Reggae? Or
no, off of the After 30 Years.
Okay.
The second CD. Over that we're doing some re-releases,
Yes. I mean, your career, and you write for anybody else that we haven't mentioned, like, I know the Tinga song and the Ken Lazarus and stuff. I don't know if you're officially right. I know you're probably the studio and drop a few lines in a song for your man and thing and then something there. I don't know if you actually officially wrote for anybody else.
Not remember.
Oh, okay, that's all right. And nobody writes for you?
Well, anybody's song I sing that I didn't write.
It's them to write it for you. But like, they say, okay, me I write a song because I think Father Ernie Smith's voice is the best voice to deliver this. Nobody ever bring nothing like that to you. I guess probably they're intimidated, man. I know. You're a big writer, Father Ernie Smith. I'm just saying that, man. I'm just saying that. Yes. But you are still, I know you say you're working on releasing stuff that but you're not planning to do any fresh recording albums.
Yeah. But there's stuff that I'm doing that re-editing some lyrics.
Okay.
Make them more topical or make them more up to date, things
For
like
the
that.
time, yes, makes sense. Your career has been very eventful. I suppose you have experienced the highs and the lows as well, and in between. Yeah. When you assess your journey, Sir Smith, when you look at it, when you sit down and reflect, what is that thing or those things that give you a sense of gratitude to know that, yes, this is a boy from Kingston to Maypen to St. Ann to the world that has achieved this.
Yeah.
Or you were involved in it, or this is a part of my legacy. Give you a sense of satisfaction.
I'm just so thankful to still be here.
Life is just a living.
Still doing what I enjoy.
Life is just a living, man.
Yeah.
Very prophetic. Yes. And musically speaking, is there anything else that, Father Ernie hope to add to the legacy for the great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren who look at it and say, yes, are the great man do that?
Try to keep the lyrics clean. Try to keep the lyrics meaning something.
Yes.
Try to keep the melodies variable, variant. Try, this over and over and over and over thing.
We need diversity.
You need more diversity. Can you remember what last month's number one is?
No, sir.
There you go.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes. You, as I said, I've had a very long, musical journey. Is there anything that you look at and say, hey, I wish I had done that differently, or I should have never do that, or I shouldn't do it this way?
I wish I had learned to read
Music.
Yeah.
So you only played by ear?
I played by ear. What happened to me was that I was sitting there when I was in infant school, listening to my sister getting the lessons, right? That she did nothing with.
Piano?
Yes, piano lessons. And by the time I was getting my piano lessons, right, you struggle through a piece, right? And then next time, you're basically going through it by ear. Yeah, so.
You wish you had learned to read.
Wish I had learned to read
the music
early.
itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to write some arrangements when I was playing with the Vikings.
Okay.
That was fun too. Yeah.
So those have never been like recorded on anything?
No. It was just for
Just fun.
I was just for Club Sombrero.
Sombrero. Oh, you're playing. I've heard about Sombrero. the collaboration with Pluto Shervington, with Ron Mouchette. Who else you have done collaborative work with?
I remember.
Right. Is there anybody you never work with collaboratively that you wouldn't mind going to the studio to do a song with?
Every time, Peter Ashburn.
Peter Ashburn.
I've done stuff with him. Still.
Okay, but not officially released?
Released and not given the exposure.
Oh.
We had a song called Nothing Gonna Come Out of That.
Oh, yeah, I know that song. That'll come out of that. Yes. Oh, so I thought that you were the only person on that record.
It's Peter Ashburn came up with the idea for the song.
Right, so vocally I'm speaking now, like you're not go to the studio with somebody and record a song, like collaboratively, and somebody gonna go mash up a rhythm.
Mash up a rhythm. I want to beat me.
I want to beat you. I understand.
It hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened, I understand. And of the songs in the catalogue, is there a song in the catalogue that resonates with you more than the others? In a quiet time, probably you had a little gardening, or you had a little farming, or you sit down one Sunday evening and you just a whole vibe, and that is a song that comes to your
in my
consciousness more than in your catalogue.
Still, my favorite song was the first one.
I Can't Take It.
I Can't Take It, yeah. I even have that song translated into Spanish. I sing the Spanish song.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You love it for true, man.
No aguanto estar solo, te necesito. No aguanto, dime por qué te has ido. Y cielo, cada noche estoy llorando. Almohada mojada, corazón roto, pensando en ti. You know,
my Spanish is very limited, but it's all like
you know, the person I would love to do some more work with because she wrote those lyrics for me.
Who?
Charmaine Lemonious.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That is the song you said that resonates with you the most. Commercially speaking, which one of the songs has done the best for you commercially?
More than likely, Duppy Gun.
Not a good man.
Yeah. I mean, Red Stripe was, Life Just for Living was big.
Yes.
But Red Stripe buy 5,000 and give them away.
So now what you know about a 5,000 sales that you lose? Understand.
It never sold a lot of songs, but it sure sold a lot of beer.
Yes. And do you do doublets?
What?
I think Doppia Gunman is probably the most requested.
Easily.
For the soul men who don't know what to find Father Ernie Smith, how they find you?
Cartel. Everybody know tell.
Yeah?
Eh?
The number. Number to call for the dub plates, 876-868-7076. And that is, yes, the person is called Tell. 876-868-7076. Dub plate line hot. Because you can just imagine a clash with a sound a jar of dub here, Godman dub style. So dead.
What? I can't tell you how much we do already.
You gotta do some more, man. You gotta do some more for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. But Father Ernie still doing the music and still loving the music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How many children, if you're able to say?
I have 4 children with my wife. And 1 children.
One child.
1 child
Yeah.
that I'm just finding out about.
Oh. You left something out in the street there, Father Ernie, man. You just come around.
I never even know.
I saw you go, man.
Never even know.
It will happen. It will happen.
Here when the man them not say me have, you know. Them say me get.
You get. Yeah, and I'm assuming that there are quite a few grandchildren.
Yes. Yeah. But life is beautiful.
Just for living, man. Yes, and you know, Father Ernie. So you still perform.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, where you haven't gone to perform, where you don't mind go there, so go entertain some people one of them time.
Whoa. The world begin.
I mean, no, a big man.
Whoa. It's place I would love to go to places like Machu Picchu, where you see things that you wonder. Cranes, the biggest cranes we have can lift certain stones that exist in construction in some of these places from so long ago. Somebody ever tell me so?
So you don't want to go to some of these places with
like,
these structures that blows your mind.
Yeah, man. I would love to see the pyramids.
Yes.
You know, places like that. You know.
So Egypt and them places. You been to Africa to work?
Not enough.
Not enough.
I've been to Ghana once.
Yeah. Not enough. Yeah. And because I know Father Ernie is big man. Yeah? How the sets, you know, as in terms of, you know, a full set for Father Ernie at this age would still be an hour or two?
I can still do an hour.
You can still do an hour.
I don't
promise. Time that,
I don't promise somebody no more.
Enough time, man. Yeah. But you still take shows and still out there working.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome. I'm happy to hear it. And I'm happy to know that, you know, at the age that you are, being a big man, you're still able to do that because, you know, you have younger men than you and them back hurt them. Yes, Father Ernie. It's a joy to see, as I say, I have hunted this interview for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Lady Joanna, we appreciate the link up here.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that I understand, even before doing the research, how iconic you are, the greatness of Ernie Smith, and also knowing that you spent a lot of your time in St. Anne, at my place that. So we know anything, you understand? And for what you have done to make people smile, and in some cases make people cry, because I suppose some of the songs will evoke different emotions. Like All for Jesus, I'm sure some people, can testify to that song, being their rescue in tough times and stuff. So it's amazing that, a young man at the time who wanted to be a radio announcer has ended up doing so much greatness in a different field. You understand? And also, as I said earlier, despite you experiencing the highs, you have experienced lows, but you were able to, step away from that and to fix back things. And I am so appreciating that happened, because else we probably wouldn't have this conversation.
Right.
You understand? Probably I'll be doing a video remembering Ernie Smith. You understand? So I'm glad to be after that. And I'm really and truly appreciating the fact that you take the time out to sit down and have this conversation, man. Means a lot. It really means a lot. You understand? I haven't been feeling well all day, but it kept me going. Big up yourself, man. Whatever desires you have musically that remains, I hope that you will be able to attain those. You understand? And the legacy is immense. And I suppose also it's probably time that, somebody make another submission to the honors committee for one next something. One OD something beside the name. You understand what I say? Could earn. Great man. Big
up Joanna.
It's a joy, man. It's a joy, man. Give thanks. Lady Claudia, appreciate it. Just a couple lines out of All for Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus, come today, or a poor man like me. Salvation come my way, my soul set free. Jesus come for all, and we must hear his call. Open up your heart today and let it be. No matter if it's teeth or if it's dread, or if you have a crown upon your head, no matter if you have no heart at all, Jesus bring love for one and all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, all for Jesus. Come to Jesus, Jesus come for one, he come for all. Big up Charmaine.